So what is a unique mechanism and how can it make you more money when it comes to copywriting? That's an important question. I've got an important answer. This is John Benson, and this is Sales Copy Secrets. Welcome back, and this is how unique mechanism leads, specifically leads, can help make you more money if you are a copywriter. So if you are a copywriter and you are looking for copywriting tips, tactics, techniques, or if you're just a marketer looking to sell more of your stuff online, this video is for you. So while you're here, please look below, click that sub button if you haven't already, smash that bell for new notifications when my videos drop, and as always, leave me a comment. Let me know what you'd like to hear from. Let me know what you'd like to learn. I might just cover it. All right, so let's dive into the training right now. As always, we start with defining what unique mechanism is. So let's do that right now. The unique mechanism, also known as the primary solution, is the reason why your offer works and should ideally be specific to your offer. It is not the offer itself. It's what makes the product or service you are selling tick. So that's probably best broken down by some examples. For example, let's look at P90X. P90X was a very famous fitness product in the 2000 something. I don't know, I forget when, but it was pretty popular quite some time ago. In fact, I think they were the first fitness company to come close to $1 billion in sales. Now, they had a product called P90X, and that's a terrible name, and we all agree that's a terrible name. However, they had a unique mechanism for P90X. The reason why P90X works so well is something called muscle confusion. Yeah, baby. Well, muscle confusion was just lifted from Joe Weider from 1985, I believe. Muscle confusion was one of his Weider principles. So they kind of didn't create anything new. They just kind of brought it back to surface, I guess. Maybe you can't trademark that. I don't know. But muscle confusion is what they used. I'm not trying to get them in trouble. But that became the thing that people still to this very day know about that particular program. That's a unique mechanism. That's why it worked. Another example I use all the time is Budweiser beer, beached wood aged. Why is Budweiser beer great? Well, it ain't. Budweiser beer sucks. But let's pretend it was great for a moment. If it was great, why would it be great? Well, it's beached wood aged, man. Well, it turns to find out that there's a lot of beers. In fact, most of them are quote unquote beech wood aged, which just means they throw a certain kind of wood in the bottom of an aging barrel. I don't know that much about beer, clearly, but supposedly a lot of them were. They were the first one to actually say something.
Okay, so how do you make beer if it's not beech wood aged?
Yeah, some things are better left unknown.
Now, there's a great scene from the television show Mad Men. I think I actually showed it in one of my other videos where they're talking about Lucky Strikes, the cigarette. And they said they were running into all sorts of advertising problems in that day and age because guess what? Cigarettes cause cancer. Small problem. But they didn't know that back in well, they did, but they didn't really know it back in 1930 for sure. 1940, yeah, 1950, absolutely. They kind of knew it, but they were still wanting to market it anyway because cigarette companies are bastards. So with that in mind, they came to my twin brother, John Hamm. You know, my other twin brother is Christian Bale, as you already know. And John, I mean, he's struggling along. He's not, you can see, I mean, he's not a very handsome guy, but he still did really well in Mad Men. I'm proud of him. But so they came to John, or in this case, probably his character, and said, hey, character guy, forget his name right now. Character guy, I can't believe I forgot the name of Mad Men, but character guy, we need some help with this cigarette. And we can't say you should buy Lucky Strikes because it causes cancer. That's probably not a good, unique mechanism. So they're trying to go through what can we say? What can we say? We can't say it's good for your health because guess what? That's what they were saying. From the 1940s and 50s, they were saying cigarettes are good for your health. Your doctor recommends cigarettes. Just insane when you look back on it, right? So all of a sudden, Don Draper, I remembered his name, not so much a senior moment after all. Don Draper says, tell me all about it again. And they go, well, blah, 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 blah. They're toasted, blah, blah, blah. He goes, wait, stop. What was that? Toasted? What was that? Toasted? And he just wrote down, Lucky Strikes. They're toasted. And that was an actual real primary solution / unique mechanism. But they're like, well, there's nothing unique about that. No one else is saying it. So no one else could come along and say, oh, XYZ cigarettes, we're toasted too, because that sucks. The same thing with Beechwood Aged. Now, another one we're going to use as our tutorial today is one I created for one of my clients Entre Institute, and it's a unique mechanism called digital assets. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit about this and why I think it's pretty cool, and then we're going to show you why you should use it as a lead. Now, not always. You don't always have to use leads, rather primary solutions or unique mechanisms as leads. I'm going to show you how to do it with this one. Now, first of all, we need to define what a lead even is, and a lead is just simply the first opening, the opening paragraph of your VSL, the opening few sentences of an email, the big idea that is contained usually within the very first few sentences of anything that you write. That's the general idea of a lead. So leads can be completely blind, meaning I can say, if you're wanting to lose more body weight and if you want to lose stubborn fat, if you want to get ripped, if you want to get toned, get in shape for summer, then you're going to want to pay attention to what I have to say. Well, you don't know anything. There's no unique mechanism in there. It's just a whole bunch of wants, a whole bunch of desires. That makes a perfectly fine lead. But you can also lead with the unique mechanism. And I want to talk to you about that right now. So I'm going to read off an example of how I would start an email or a sales letter for this particular product. And what we're talking about is a product that has not even related to digital assets. It's a product called the Entre Blueprint, not even related to it. Notice it's not the product, but it's what makes the product tick. And here's an example of a lead containing digital assets as the unique mechanism. Ready? Let's go. There's one thing that's creating more self-made millionaires in 2022 than anything else. And unlike cryptocurrency or Amazon dropshipping or other high-risk opportunities, this is something anyone can start, all with virtually no tech skills at all and for very little cash. It deals with something called digital assets. And today, you'll see why digital assets can help you create a lifestyle business that can set you free from the grind. Now, I did not use any of Entre's literal copy. I wrote this for this particular script, but that's basically the idea. I don't want to do anything that would infringe on their trust. But the idea behind this is pretty straightforward. This big thing that's creating more self-made millionaires in 2022 is something called digital assets. You don't even know what it is. But I tell you what it isn't. Notice how I did the lead? I say, here's everything it isn't. It's not cryptocurrency. It's not anything high risk. It doesn't take a lot of money to get started. Anyone can do it. You don't need tech skills. All that's in the lead. You don't even know what it is until the second paragraph. You know that it's creating some self-made millionaires. I literally made it in 2022, so this year, the year that I'm recording this, and it deals with something called digital assets. Now, I've talked about this before, that you can say, this is what I call digital assets, or this is what we call digital assets, or this is what experts now refer to as digital assets. This is a wonderful way to frame your unique mechanism, especially when it comes down to leading off with it. And you're going to see why X, unique mechanism, in this case, digital assets, is doing Y. What's it doing? Well, it's going to help you create a lifestyle business, set you free from the 9-to-5 grind. Pretty straightforward. Now, right about now, you're probably wondering, John, what the hell is digital assets? I mean, is this like some sort of some sort of new cryptocurrency, some sort of NFT, no, it's nothing like that. So all digital assets came about, how I came about rather, is I was trying to rebrand a name for what these guys do. They've used digital real estate before. They've used other things that deal with digital properties. And really all this is ebooks and videos and things that you create yourself and sell as a property. In other words, you're selling it as if I wrote an ebook called Fit Over 40. I wrote that 18 years ago. I sell that as a property that I own. It is an asset. So I refer to them all the time as like, I've got this asset, this asset, this asset. And then it just dawned on me, why not call these digital assets? Because it sounds kind of sexy and kind of cool, a little bit cryptic. You don't know what it is. Sounds almost like something you'd invest in. So we have to dispel all that at first. But all it really is digital products that you create and sell under a certain way. And Entre teaches people how to do that in a very unique and very powerful way. So it's not just a PDF. It's something much more than that. But that's basically what digital assets are. And now the benefit to Entre in companies like that use any sort of unique mechanism is they can brand themselves as the solution to X, or the best people in the world for Y, because they are the ones using this term. If somebody else comes along and uses the term, either it's trademark infringe and that's bad, or they just sound like an also ran. So like if another beer said, hey, we're Beechwood Age 2, if you could do that legally, they would just sound like an also ran. They would sound like just, why are you trying to copy somebody else? Even though the technique is exactly the same as they may be using. They can't use that word. So that is the power of a unique mechanism, and that's how you would use it in a lead. And if you want to know more about unique mechanisms and leads and copywriting in general, look at the video I got for you below, and do me a favor, share this channel with a friend if you find this stuff helpful. I'm John Benson, and as always, I'm here to help make you unignorable.